So you're rubbing some Johnsons and Johnsons on your balls to make sure they don't smell. And to get rid of that itchiness, right? Well, you might want to not do that. So Johnson & Johnson were told to pay $4.7 billion in a baby powder lawsuit. Johnson & Johnson. So all that shit you rub all over your body from Johnson & Johnson kind of makes you wonder. Kind of makes you go, when you see this. This is from the New York Times. We all love the New York Times. They're not biased or inaccurate in any way. So I'm not actually thinking I'm going to get completely informed on this. I don't want to do a full reaction video on it yet because we pretty much covered all these bases with the Monsanto corruption. But you can pretty much put that level of corruption all over on various different companies that are following this same playbook, who put profit over our health. I can't think of a single company that I'm aware of that puts our health before profit. And that is our dilemma. So, Johnson & Johnson, 4.7. Okay, let's see what Tiffany Sue wrote about it. Johnson & Johnson was ordered Thursday, this was last year, to pay $4.69 billion to 22 women and their families. Imagine there were some more people. Why wasn't this a class action suit? Who claimed that asbestos in the company's talcum powder products caused them to develop ovarian cancer. Asbestos. Why is there asbestos in talcum powder? That's a pretty big fuck up. How many people went to jail for it? You know, $4.69 billion, way underneath their profit margin for Johnson & Johnson. Yeah, a jury in Missouri Circuit Court awarded $4.14 billion in punitive damage and $550 million in compensatory damages to the women who had accused the company of failing to warn them about cancer risks associated with its baby and body powders. Nice. This one just fucking is self-explanatory here. I mean, look. Why aren't we worried? Why aren't we changing the playbook? Why aren't we preventing this kind of shit? Why isn't there more thorough testing of products? Why isn't there good fucking uncorrupted science? How does asbestos get out there? If you're sitting there and you're testing a product and you're looking at the breakdown and you're checking periodically to make sure shit's not contaminated with shit, how does asbestos get in there? We've known asbestos is bad for our health for fucking years. There's places I can't go as an urban explorer because of the asbestos that's out in the fucking environment. Yet we're putting it all over babies' asses. Is that okay? Surely somebody went to jail for that shit. But, I don't know. We'll see. Thinning the... Okay, I can catch up with the chat here. Finally, Dave 101, anime soon. Finally caught your streams. Well, welcome. I'm glad that you made it here. You're on the last video of today's stream. But there's 3 replays because apparently it stopped and then started each time. I don't know if it's all going on one replay. I don't even know if that's going to fuck the replay up, but I have been recording this whole thing, and edited versions will be on YouTube, and the full replays will go into the subscriber lounge, which you can get to the password to by subscribing to my email list on ScottTheTruckDriver.com. It's completely free. And you can download the shit and listen to the shit. I might even do audio versions. I don't know. It's a pain in the ass to put out audio versions, but I'll work on it at some point. On a slow week, Right now I got to get my 5 videos out. So Johnson & Johnson, the maker of Johnson's baby powder, said it was deeply disappointed in the verdict and planned to appeal. You've got fucking asbestos in your fucking baby powder. There is no appeal. It's there. It's verifiable, you fucks. No appeal necessary. Pay the motherfuckers. They got fucking cancer. Be fortunate that there's only 22 of them. And then a whole bunch of other people didn't get the dollar signs in their eyes because they had ovarian cancer. How many people had ovarian cancer and died and didn't know shit? You saved yourself. Shut the fuck up and pay them. You're lucky you're not in fucking jail. This is the kind of fucking shit these companies are doing. Johnson & Johnson and maker said, okay, we read that part. The company is facing more than 9,000 plaintiffs in cases involving, so they do have more coming for them. So the same playbook. The same. Thank you, Double Delta, for the Ninjagini. I'm curious about the replacement coating they use after they admitted that Teflon is poison. They changed their playbook. That's a whole other video series that I could do about the DuPont fucking thing. But that's another brilliant example. We're seeing this exact playbook. I just went over it with the glyphosate shit, and we're seeing this same process play out now with Johnson & Johnson, and before with DuPont, and before with the tobacco industry, and before with the sugar industry. These are all, it's the same playbook, and it's going to continue this way because even despite this business model,
shit the bed. Howdy, folks.
Thank you for the follow, Alphanix. Even despite this business plan, they are still making profit. They don't have to fucking go to jail after they kill thousands of people and give them cancer and destroy their quality of life, and they don't have to suffer for it. It's not eating up their profits. They budget for it. They have legal fucking teams that are designed to keep this shit in the fucking courts for years, long after any of these fuckers are going to be around to cash the check. And you got 9,000 people lining up on that one. This is a year ago. How'd we do? I have to dig a little deeper at some point to keep up with this, but I'll be looking into it. You're going to see a lot of these kinds. These are the kinds of videos I plan on doing for a while because it needs to be said. It's about time that I stopped getting my ass kicked by advertisers and started kicking their ass. If you're going to take away my advertiser friendliness, I'm not going to be afraid to launch these fucking campaigns against these companies that are doing us wrong. And this is my opinion. That's it. Take it or leave it. These companies, they can fuck themselves as far as I'm concerned if this is the kind of fucking way they run their business. I don't care. You know, it's bullshit. They need to stop poisoning us. They need to put our health first before profit. Because if we all fucking die, who's going to pay you then, motherfuckers? But right now it's set up to siphon all of our health and wealth from us. And this is just yet another fucking example of that. Right in line with Monsanto, right in line with Bayer, with the entire pharmaceutical industry. A lot of the food industry, not all of the food industry. There are some good food industries out there, thankfully. So we're not completely fucked. But we're getting there. After the 6-week trial, the jury in St. Louis... Why is everything coming out of fucking St. Louis? That's where Monsanto is! They probably are fucking neighbors. Couldn't they just fucking get on the phone and be like, hey, neighbor, I heard you just got your ass handed to you in court. Oh, wait... Guess what? We're in court too. Can we borrow your lawyer? Because your lawyer was awesome at that appeal and got that fucking verdict knocked down for Mr. Johnson. Guess what? We need that motherfucker over here because we just fucked up and had asbestos and all our shit. It was horrible. We managed to cover up most of it, but we're good. Please send your fucking Monsanto lawyers over to ours. We need you. We need you all to fucking help us. You know? It's fucking great. St. Louis, the center of all death of our country, apparently. 6 of the women have died. Almost all the rest, along with friends and relatives, were in the courtroom on Thursday. One of the plaintiffs is undergoing chemotherapy and was too ill to attend. That's all right. They don't give a shit. They'll just wait you out. There were people crying, people hugging. It's been quite an emotional scene. Mr. Lanier said that Johnson & Johnson had spent 40 years covering up evidence, so they knew about it, of asbestos in some of its talcum-based products and should mark those products with warning labels. Fuck the warning labels. Stop the poison. Warning labels are not good enough. There's people that can't even fucking read that are probably rubbing that shit on their babies. Fuck your warning labels. Get the shit off the market. Fucking bastards. Look at that. I didn't think I was going to pop as many fucking blood vessels on this particular reaction that I did on the other one, but thankfully it's because I haven't fucking heard of this before now. I just literally stumbled on this the other day. I didn't hear about the talcum powder asbestos fucking thing, and it's fucking huge. Now, I don't use a lot of products on my body. Not to say that some of the soaps I use are probably fucked up in some way. Wouldn't put it past the industry at this point. So, okay, let me get caught up with the chat. Wodengeist, almost like big business is a problem. If only there were a citizen council overwatch. We do need some kind of way for the people to regulate the industry with independent of the government. We should have a voice. We should have a say in what these companies are allowed to do. It should be something through our government with which we have the power to regulate. Put it to votes and shit. And allow independent funding of scientists. I've been screaming for a long time that we need to get these corporations out of our government and get them out of academia. Have corporations pay a tax for research and development for these studies to independently divorce our academic studies and science from the industry. So you can fund industry science all day, but you're not allowed to dictate what that science is. You are not directly paying the scientists. It's going through a fund that eventually gets to those scientists, and then you take that monetary corporate bias out of the science, and then it allows the lawmakers who aren't corrupt, not all of them are corrupt, I believe a lot of them are, but it allows the non-corrupt lawmakers to look at the science and be like, yes, we need to do something about this. Unfortunately, that's not how it's set up right now. The punitive damages are among the largest ever awarded in a product liability case. Shares of Johnson & Johnson fell 1.4%. So they lost 1.4% of their stocks. And what was it? How many billions? What was the billions? 4.69 billion, which is a drop in their bucket for Johnson & Johnson. The company remains confident that its products do not contain asbestos and do not cause ovarian cancer and intends to pursue all available appellate remedies. Fuck you, Johnson & Johnson. Fuck you 100%. The company has said concerns about talcs being linked to cancer are based on an inconclusive research. So my science is better than your science. We paid our scientists damn good fucking money to make sure that your science was debunked and put to shit. For every one of your studies, we got 10 fucking studies by experts and peer-reviewed by experts, which we paid for, to make sure that our science is bigger than your science. We won't even publish your shitty little science. You'll end up in some fucking dickhead health blog somewhere, but we're published in the respected journals with our science that proves that you can rub asbestos all over your asshole and never die. Asbestos is a carcinogen. It sometimes appears in natural talc. I didn't know that, but was stripped from commercial talc products in the 1970s. Oh, before 1970, you were fucked. I ain't rubbing that shit on me ever. Ever. I don't care what kind of fucking ball sweat I got or, I don't care if there's fungus growing in my sack. I'm not putting talcum powder on my shit. It's not going to happen. So, let me get to the chat. Badass Dave 101. We don't have a voice because we don't have as much money as they do. Ironically, they get their money from us. So the only choice, like I've said in the past, the only power we have is to not buy the products. Don't buy the products, they don't make the money. They don't make the money, they can't buy the scientists. They can't pay the government. They can't do all of this other shit that they do. They can't afford the fucking lawyers to battle you in court if we stop buying their products. That's the only thing. You know, and as long as we have a way to communicate amongst ourselves, sooner or later these things can blow up in the company's faces.
Greatest American ever lived.
Unfortunately, in a lot of cases they don't. Welcome back, Yelva. Thanks for the diamond. Appreciate y'all. Y'all have been really supportive today, and it's amazing. Like, I didn't expect to get on here and stream for 5 hours and have this much participation. You guys have hung out. You guys have even submitted things that I put in the video. So keep on. Feel free to do that. If you throw links on and I get a chance to click on it in the chat, you know, and it's relevant, I'm willing to entertain it as part of the research. I mean, if we could start researching together, we can uncover all kinds of shit. Like the glyphosate beer and wine thing, I kind of knew about it, but it was nice to just kind of trigger me at that moment to throw it up and take a look at it. So, and according to the National Cancer Institute, claims that talc used for feminine hygiene purposes can be absorbed by the reproductive system and cause inflammation in the ovaries, are not supported by the, quote, weight of evidence. This is the National Cancer Institute. You want to know if I get cancer, the last place I'm going to look? The National Cancer Institute. Why? Because they are shills. They are the place that is disputing this. They want me to... You know, I'm willing to bet this is a bunch of scientific bullshit that is designed to debunk the fact that talcum powder causes us this problem. So, you know, this is how we research and shit. So, and if we look, here's their... What is talcum powder? Talcum. This is from the American Cancer Society, which is registered trademark. Imagine that. It is widely used in cosmetic products, such as in its natural form. Some talc contains asbestos, a substance known to cause cancers in and around lungs when inhaled. See asbestos. In 1976, the cosmetology and fragrance industry, which is a trade association representing the cosmetic and personal care products industry, issued voluntary guidelines, they weren't regulated into doing it, stating that all talc is, which means they could fucking break the rules, by the way, all talc contained in cosmetic products in the United States should be free from detectable amounts of asbestos. Yeah. Does talcum powder cause cancer? Let's see what the American Cancer Society. When talking about whether or not talcum powder is linked to cancer, it is important to distinguish. This is some fucking shady talk that's going on here. Between talc that contains asbestos and talc that is asbestos-free. Well, I don't know about you, but I don't carry around a fucking asbestos testing kit in my pocket, so when I buy talcum powder, that fucking shit better be asbestos-free. And you know what? Since it's self-regulated and not government-regulated, there's no guarantees that shit isn't in my fucking shit. So if I was going to rub that shit on my shit, there's no way to tell if there's fucking asbestos in it. So, yeah. I'm thinking the American Cancer Society can go fuck itself at this point. Because this is some fucking wordsmithing to get us to not worry as much about talcum powder. Researchers use two main types of studies to figure out if a substance exposure causes cancers. Lab studies. Studies done in lab animals, blah, 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 blah. Okay, we know that. And let's see. Researchers might also expose normal cells. Okay, we know how studies go. Ovarian cancer. It has been suggested that talcum powder might cause cancer in the ovaries if the powder particles applied to the genital area and sanitary napkins, diaphragms, condoms were to travel through the vagina, uterus, or fallopian tubes to the ovaries. Many studies in women have looked at the possible link between talcum and powder and cancer in the ovaries. Findings have been mixed. I wonder why that is. You know, Johnson & Johnson funding opposing studies, then it becomes mixed, it becomes gray area, it becomes not proven. Therefore, you can't say it's not safe, but you can't say that it's safe either. Therefore, just buy it. You know, we can't really conclusively tell you whether it's safe or not, but you're good. Just fucking buy it. Double Scott. Scott, you are so sensitive, just a whiner. I'm not whining. I'm fucking angry about it, you know? That is what it is. So, buy local, kill global. You will open the chest, please. Maybe. I'll get to it. I'm busy right now. So you're just going to have to wait on the chest, which I haven't put anything in yet. And the amount I put in will be based on how many times I'm asked to open the chest. Talcum powder test, do they hand those out at school? I was just wondering that. I don't think so. I don't think the school nurse is checking on that when they're putting talcum powder on their kids that come in because they scraped their knee or some shit. I don't know. So we can see that this is the science game being played out by somebody who you would look to if you had cancer. American Cancer Society. You know, can I trust them? No, I can't. I won't trust them. Plaintiffs in talc cases have approached litigation in smaller groups instead of suing Johnson & Johnson en masse. This risky strategy allows earlier plaintiffs to send signals about legal tactics, and their award amounts to women who bring their cases later. So these early cases are more important because they set the precedence for the later cases. Okay, it's easier to get justice in small groups. In small groups, people have names, but in large groups, they're numbers. The first talc trial in 2013 in federal district court in South Dakota, a jury found it negligent. So, yeah. Oh, look at that. Roundup lawsuit. Find out if you qualify. Look at this ad. This is the best ad ever right here. These are the only ads I support. I hope there's one of these ads in my videos. You know, because you know they're not paying top-tier ad prices to get that ad in there. The plaintiff of the Los Angeles case has since died, and the verdict was overturned and a new trial granted. Legal fucking games, and the guy's dead already. Yeah. Or the girl, whoever the plaintiff in Los Angeles was. Johnson & Johnson, which has successfully appealed a number of talc cases, said that in its statement on Thursday that the multiple errors present in the trial were worse than those in prior trial. Yeah, fucking. Well, thank you, Johnson & Johnson. You're pieces of shit. You're now right in there with Monsanto. Probably fucking neighbors. Bastards. All right, I'm done being triggered today. But I think this is self-explanatory when it comes to products and deciding whether or not something's healthy for you. These companies are going to tell you it's healthy. They're going to show you science that says it's healthy, or at the very least not poisonous. Question everything. That's my advice. You can't avoid it because there's so many products out there in our consumerist society that it's impossible to avoid all of this. Just be careful. Be mindful. Bottom line, keep doing this kind of homework. What you just saw me do, pull up articles, find deep dive. Don't just take mainstream media's word for it. You saw how I was clicking through things and going to independent websites and reading the actual studies and coming up with my own conclusions based on that, something that is woefully lacking in a lot of modern journalism. Is this something you should do? Fact check your life. If you're going to try a new product, look into it. That's it. If you're introducing something new to your body, to your health, to your food, look into it a little bit. Go and read reviews. Like somebody might write, I ate this and I got fucking sick as fuck and it made me have to shart and it was horrible, or I rubbed this on my body and my fucking arm had to get amputated. Stuff like that is out there. This information's out there. Weigh it before you buy a product and consume a product if you care about your health. If you don't give a shit, go down and get you some glyphosate wine, wash down your glyphosate-filled pizza, then go and rub this on your balls, and you're good to go. You'll make it to the finish line without one foot through the hospital, I'm sure of it. But remember, I'm not a fucking expert. Just a fucking asshole. Please like and subscribe. This was a short one. For more shit. And I'll make more shit. If you liked this video and you found it enlightening and helpful, please head to ScottTheTruckDriver.com and leave a tip in the virtual fucking tip jar, and I'll make more shit. I'm up to 5 videos a week usually, and you know what? I think because of the generosity of everybody on this stream, I'm going to go ahead and make it a 5 video week next week. So we will continue this, and I'll probably film those. Since this was well funded by DLive, I will, those of you on DLive, I will definitely be doing some of those videos as live streams wherever possible. So we will see how it goes. I want to also take a moment to thank those that have contributed to today's stream. Dave101, thank you. You are very generous today with 2.51k Lino. Duncan S, 1.73k Lino. And Double Delta Zero, 1.404k Lino. Thank you. You are the top 3. I also want to thank Blue Loon, Keto Andy UK, who has been very generous in past streams as well. Yelva Reigns, Gloria S, Helen 157, No Sugar Life, and Sam Kett. All of you have helped. You've been very supportive of me streaming, and I will continue to do these podcasts on here. Mainly because of your generosity and also because of your interactions with me. I'm starting to get to know some of you on a regular basis, and we're talking about a lot of the same things. We're sharing knowledge and shit. This has gone from n=1 to n= however many motherfuckers show up to these things, so we can present our data together, put that much more anecdotal fucking evidence out there in the space for people to take in and decide whether or not they want to live this lifestyle, or at the very least avoid some of that other shit. Keto Andy UK, can we have a karaoke stream this weekend? I'm going camping, Keto Andy, and I'm going to probably be pretty burnt out Sunday, so maybe not this weekend. I will look at it sometime during the week, next week. Schedule permitting, I do want to get the 5 videos done and whatnot. So there's that. So I'll stick around for a few more minutes for you, those of you watching the stream, and be laid back for a few minutes and wind down. But for those of you on YouTube, that's it for this fucking video. And have a nice motherfucking day. And shit. Alright. So now that I've completely shared just how fucked up our health is, I just realized I can't ask you to have a nice motherfucking day. It's impossible. I mean, I don't know how you know any of this shit and have a nice fucking day. It's just not going to happen. So have a mediocre day, because this is a mediocre day.